Hi, this is Melissa Hart, and I'm here to give a brief discussion about motivation in the classroom. Motivation is something that's always intrigued me as a psychologist and as a former psychology instructor. I always wanted to figure out what drove my students, what motivated them, and I also wanted to demonstrate my love of learning and the intrinsic motivation that I receive from learning and discovery and achieving in the classroom and beyond. So first I want to just very briefly discuss three theorists who've made significant contributions in motivation, and then I'll tie them into some strategies that I would use in the classroom. So first of all, of course, Abraham Maslow and his hierarchy of needs that are separated into self-fulfillment needs, psychological needs, and basic needs. And of course, as we all know, the most basic needs have to be met in terms of Maslow before somebody can move on to need for feelings of accomplishment. They have to feel safe and secure first and have food, etc. Okay, then Richard Lavoie. He believed, similar to Howard Gardner, that individuals are not all motivated by the same thing. So Gardner presented the multiple theories of intelligences, and this is sort of similar in a way. He believed that, individuals aren't a one-stop shop. We can't simply in a room of first graders expect that handing out stickers is going to motivate all students to learn and to do their best. We have to differentiate how we motivate. Okay, and then next we have Mihai Csikszentmihalyi and his flow theory of motivation. And basically he believed that individuals would be motivated when there is not too much anxiety or too much boredom going on. That's when individuals can really succeed, be challenged, and actually work. And those are the five factors that he thought teachers could influence in the classroom to achieve optimal flow. And then finally, my personal philosophy on motivation, just a few key elements I would incorporate into the classroom. First, I would ensure that my students' basic needs are met. If they weren't, I would work with the student, the parents, counselors, because I know that if they don't feel safe or they don't have food or water or they're going through a traumatic event in their life, they're not going to be able to move up that hierarchy and be motivated to learn. Next, I would provide for differentiated motivation. I wouldn't simply assume that all students are motivated by the same thing, like a leadership position or a piece of candy. I would work to make sure that I knew each and every student and what motivated them. And then choice and voice. I would provide my students the opportunity to select projects they work on, assessments, how they're going to demonstrate learning, so they feel that they have some autonomy and some responsibility in their learning. And then a huge component of my motivation theory philosophy would be active learning and discovery. Students in my future classroom won't simply sit at their desks and passively receive information. They will learn through doing. And finally, my attitude, which is one of a love for learning and an intrinsic motivation to learn and to succeed, I believe that will permeate my classroom and will help support the development of my own students' intrinsic motivation and love of learning.